gentlemen, and welcome back to the JFS Show with me, WeatherMaster. Hi, I'm also joined by, who's actually here today? Naxer. Okay. How about lemons? Muck, are you here? Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the JFS Show with WeatherMaster. So I am indeed doing a show by myself. I was driving home, and I realized that we had not recorded the show this week. And I sent a message out on Saturday, the day we usually typically record the show, because that's the day that most of us have time to be together. And nobody responded to it. So you've got me, and I want, goodness gracious, excuse me, to stay consistent with the show. So you got me today. I'm going to try to make it's going to be probably a shorter one for obvious reasons. But I'm going to try to make it entertaining for you guys. So anyway, with that being said, welcome back to the JFS Show. The server, which we typically will talk about, is it's coming back. It really is coming back. A lot of people would say, the past few weeks it's been dead, but for probably a week and a half now, we've been coming back at it. There's been it's slow. It's a slow process. There's been a few people that are coming back, like me. I've been playing on the server. In fact, you can watch my episode 11 of my series that I just uploaded earlier today. And so I did some things in that, but then you also have Muck, who uploaded an episode about a week ago. You can go watch that. He did some fun things in that one as well, showed things up and talked about the server activity. But yeah, like I said, our server activity hasn't been amazing over the past year or so, I would say. I think that has to do with partly because of, Minecraft's updates. Maybe we're being a little slower over the past few years than they have been typically. Just the lack of desire to want to play on the server. I think a lot of the problem also comes from the fact that we start big projects, but we never finish them. And that's something I need to work on personally, because I start these massive things that, I feel like I want to finish, but I don't. I started this about 7-8 months ago. I started up this project called the City of All Cities, or whatever we named it, Dang City 2. I don't know. I don't know what it was. And I personally at the time thought it wasn't too big, but it ended up being way too big for any of us to do. And I don't think anybody's built out there in like 5-6 months now. It was that much of a problem. So I feel like the main issue is people maybe people overbuilding, making too many big projects, too much to focus on, or that might just be me. It probably just me. But it's a problem that I feel like a lot of people struggle with, and especially with desire to want to come back and play the game. And other than the fact we all have lives and jobs and school, it limits us on our playability on the server because we don't have time to do it. And even when it comes down to the fact that, like, you take someone like me or Naxer, where we're Pokemon fans, right? We're Nintendo fans. Or at least I'm a Nintendo fan, and Naxer's a Pokemon fan. So it's like, when I don't have work, I also want to focus on my channel, which is a Pokemon-centric channel. I've got Let's Plays to record, I've got Pokemon live streams to do, I got shiny hunts to do, I got update videos to record, I got, all kinds of different Pokemon content that I got to produce. And so that limits my time to want to play on the server to, only maybe once or twice a week. So a lot of that has been because of Sword and Shield recently being such a big thing on my channel. So I haven't really had the time to sit down and play on the server. So it's a challenge, but we're working on it, I think. We're definitely working on it. A lot of people are coming back. Like I said, you have me and Muck producing episodes. And if you want to hear his words directly, go to his episode, please, because he talks a lot about the server. History and stuff throughout his channel. If you want to know more about the JFS, then go to his channel. Really, he'll know. So yeah, that's basically what's happening. We've got Dennis Flux coming back. We've got new game show area being built. We have it's Justin kind of on and off here. I think he'll probably be coming back pretty soon. But I think as we go into this next phase of the JFS, I think a lot more people will try to turn back a little bit. Right now, there is an uncertainty on what we're doing with 1.16. I can't tell you what we're doing. Our 1.16? Yeah, 16. Yeah, I forgot what update we were on. There's an uncertainty what we're doing with it. I can't say what we're going to do with it because I just don't know. We don't know. We've talked about it. There's just no way of knowing at this point. So really, we have to wait until there's something that is more stable with 1.16 in the first place. We usually don't typically update when the actual update comes out. We typically will wait a little bit until we know there's a stable version of it. A lot of servers will update with the pre-releases. That we don't do that, typically because just it needs to be stable. So, but yeah, we don't know what we're gonna do with it. So that will also boost activity, whether it be season 5 or whether it be we just reset our nether or expand the border so we can include this new nether stuff. We don't know. So for the time being, the server activity we have now is growing, and I'm happy to see that because the server is a great place. Muck said in his episode, and I like this quite a bit. He says that the JFS is his Minecraft home, right? It's like your own base. It's we all have other Minecraft things that we do, but we all come back to the JFS in the end because that's just where we live in Minecraft. That's just, I mean, it feels that way. It feels like that should be the way it is, right? Where like almost you have your own like life in Minecraft. Like that's kind of weird to say, but it's just kind of how it is. I mean, it's kind of fun to think about that. So I liked how he said that. But anyway, so that's the server. I am building a tower. Many would know it as Prism Tower. I'm building that over in the new game show district, the strip, I guess if you want to call it. Or like the corner, I guess. It's really just a corner, and it splits off into 2 strips. So the corner strip. So I'm building Prism Tower again. If you want to see my episode, go ahead and go watch it. A bit of a different design from my last one. I did one on season 3 that was built in Shoptown that I really liked quite a bit, and it was probably one of the more popular builds. Never really got used for like its purpose. It was a building store, and I think Ace is the only one that ever used it, which is a little sad. But at the same time, I'm glad that it was there, and it was a good opportunity for me to build it. But I've been wanting to bring it back for a while, and so I felt like this was the best opportunity. When I saw Dennis's video of him building this new area, I was like, wow, this is probably the best opportunity I have to bring Prism back. So I'm building that over there as a casino, as sort of a casino, I guess. I'll explain in my episode that I have redstone ideas that I want to work on, and I won't go into detail or anything because that's going to be future episodes of the JFS you can watch. But yeah, so I have that happening, and that's pretty dang awesome. It's going to be a new home of Jeffenheimer's, an old mini game from season 3 that I'm really excited to bring back. I need to talk to Aces about that because he had a whole plan to have like Jeffenheimer's 2 where it was like more things or something. I need to talk to him about that because he did have this whole plan. I would like to like maybe bring that back. I don't know if I can get in contact with the guy because he's kind of a little bit on a bit of a hiatus right now with his girlfriend. So it's a little hard to contact him, but I would like to bring that back. So that's the idea. Other than that, the server is doing good. Muckluck's building a new base, which is pretty awesome. He's doing a castle town thing. If you want to go watch his video, he goes into a lot more detail about it. But the wall he's built so far, it looks pretty fantastic. So I'm happy to see that is the case. So, but yeah, that's Minecraft for you. Now, other things. I do want to talk about one other Minecraft thing, but it actually goes into what I'm going to talk about later. So I'm going to save it for then, and hopefully I remember it because yeah, I need to talk about it. So anyway, I guess at this point, we would typically go into some sort of a quiz after we finish up Minecraft banter. So I went on to BuzzFeed. We do these BuzzFeed quizzes every freaking week. I don't even know why this started this way, to be honest, but we just continue to do it because it's stupid. Um, and since I'm a Disney fan, and since I don't really get to do these Disney things very often on this podcast, I figured I'll do something Disney related because I'm really one of the only big Disney nerds on the server. So I chose this quick Disney quiz will reveal which underrated Disney movie you enjoy most. So I'm actually interested. I know that these quizzes aren't that great, but I'm actually interested to find out because I love Disney movies. Pick a Disney song. One little slip. I mean, I won't say I'm in love. I'm on my way, and dig a little deeper. I'm gonna do dig a little deeper because I like that song. It's a really underrated, cool song from Princess and the Frog. I listened to that a couple months ago quite a bit. It's actually really, really freaking good. Pick a Disney princess: Aurora, Mulan, Pocahontas, or Tiana. Yeah, we gotta do Mulan. You gotta do Mulan. Pick a Disney prince: Adam, Philip, Eric, or Florian, which is I guess Snow White. Um, Eric. He's the only one that really gets any character development. So, pick a Disney sidekick: Flounder, Gus, Coda, or Cogsworth. Oh, this is a good choice actually. I go Gus or I go freaking Cogsworth. Cogsworth, I guess, would be. I feel like he'd be like me a lot though. Is a problem. I feel like he would be a lot like me. So I feel like I gotta go with Gus, right? Pick a Disney villain. Oh, dog. Cruella DeVille, Lady Tremaine, which is a evil stepmother. I don't want to just call her evil stepmother. Shan Yu or Claude Frol, which Claude is from Hunchback of Notre Dame, and Shan is from Mulan. Which I mean, I say let's go with Mulan, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Cruella DeVille to be honest, because I'm thinking about the live action movie. Freaking guy from House is in it, and it's hilarious. She's actually a pretty dang good character in that movie. So I'm gonna go with Cruella DeVille. Apparently my most underrated Disney movie I should watch right now is Chicken Little. Chicken Little, man. I'm gonna look this up. Is it even on Disney Plus? I feel like I've seen it on Disney Plus. Live on the show, we're looking up is Chicken Little. It is on Disney Plus. All right, well I guess I'm watching Chicken Little tonight. I don't, I don't diss on Chicken Little. It's a fine movie for what it is. It really is. There's nothing bad about it. It's just like 2005 or whatever it is. I think Chicken Little. I want to know now. Is Chicken Little in like 2005? Frick me. How did I get that right? I have no idea how I even got that right. I just guessed. I just literally guessed 2005 because it felt like a 2005 movie to me. It's not a bad movie. It's weird. It's just weird. Is what it is. But there's quite a few scenes from it that I do remember and I do like quite a bit. So there you go. Chicken Little is my most underrated Disney movie. Apparently, wouldn't really say that, but I'm glad I didn't get Brother Bear because I hate Brother Bear. Brother Bear is like one of the worst Disney movies in my opinion. Don't even get me started about Brother Bear. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's just weird. It's just weird. All right. Well, yeah, cool. So Disney. I love Disney. Disney is something that's been very important to me in my life. So I very much appreciate talking about it. I don't really have any topics based on Disney, but we could talk about Marvel, I guess. But there's not really much to say right now. So, I am excited for Black Widow though. Black Widow is gonna be really cool. There's they just released a final trailer and I haven't seen it yet, but I'm really excited to see it. For some reason, whatever I was thinking about it was coming out this month, and for whatever reason, like for like the past month, I've been thinking, oh, freaking when does Black Widow come out? Like, I mean, and then I was thinking like, did I miss it or something? I'm like, no, it comes out in freaking May, and I'm just an idiot. I'm just an idiot for thinking it comes out in March. And I was like, what even comes out in March? And there's nothing. There's like nothing. We have Animal Crossing, but that's not a movie in the first place. So Black Widow comes out in May, and I'm heckin' excited for it. I think I'm gonna go see it in theaters, obviously. I don't know if anybody's gonna come with me. I don't know. I gotta convince somebody to come with me. I gotta convince my coworker to come with me or something, because I don't know if my family would do it. I usually take my family to do all these Disney movies. I took them to Endgame. I took them to Spider-Man. What else did I take them to? That was Marvel related. I've taken my brother and sister to Infinity War, and I feel like I've also taken them to Ant-Man and the Wasp. I feel like those are the ones I've seen in theaters. I didn't see Black Panther, or I didn't see Doctor Strange or any of these other movies in theaters. I think I was only seen Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Endgame, and Spider-Man: Far From Home. I feel like those are the only 4 Disney movies or Marvel movies I've actually seen in theaters. I mean, like, I didn't go to many movies. I mean, well, I did. Actually, the last movie I went to in theaters was freaking Far From Home. I haven't been to a movie in ages. Deesh. What's wrong with me? I said I wasn't going to see the Sonic movie. I freaking didn't go and see it. I gotta go see it still. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, exclusive here on the show. I love freaking movies, and people know this. I love entertainment. I've always wanted to, like, well, not always, but like over the past few weeks, I have been thinking about like starting some sort of like a secondary channel that is more movie, like TV so centric, and like maybe not like reviewing, but like talking about movies and shiz. I've had this wonderful idea to watch the whole Jurassic Park series all in a row. I saw a very, very good video by a awesome creator on YouTube called Seamus Gorman. He does Disney, Pixar stuff. But he watched all the Harry Potter movies in a row, which is like 18 hours. And I thought that video was really, really cool. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do 18 hours worth. But I did do the math for Jurassic Park. And since there's only 5 movies at the moment, it's 10 hours worth. And I kind of want to try it just because Jurassic Park is my favorite series. And I would like to try and do it. So I might do this channel thing. I really am thinking about it. Like, I really think it would be cool. Because then I could do more, like, about these things that I really like Doctor Who, right? There, I mean, me and Joda sit down every freaking week and talk about Doctor Who. And so it's like, I would love to just sit down and have a channel that's based for that. Like, get your thoughts out on that episode or on the movie or something. You know, you talk about Black Widow and you can talk about all this kind of stuff. It's not like official reviews, but it's like thoughts on it. What would you thought of? And then give it a score. Which is kind of a review. But at the same time, I'm thinking about it. I don't know if I'm gonna do it or not. It's a coin toss on it. I really do feel like I want to, but then I'm like, I'm already pour enough time into WeatherMaster where am I gonna have enough time to pour into this one as well? Although I think this one will just be like whenever I frickin' feel like it. I don't think there'll be any consistency to it. It'll just be when there's something new, basically, or when I feel like I want to make a video for it, like the watching Jurassic Park in a row. That should be like random. Although it's kind of hype for Jurassic Park or Jurassic World Dominion, which frick isn't even produced yet. But we do have a title for it now, which is pretty dang awesome. But it's more like that, where if I do something random in the middle of things, if I want to talk about Zootopia randomly, then I'm going to talk about frickin' Zootopia randomly. So that's the idea behind that. I don't know. It may happen. It may not. You know, I like entertainment. I like Marvel. I like Disney. I like Pixar. You know, I like Ocean's films. I like the freaking Jurassic Park series. There's a lot of films I like that I would love to just chat about. A lot of TV shows. Well, not a lot of TV shows, but a lot of Disney sitcoms and cartoons and stuff that I would love to talk about. And so it might happen. It might not. Right now, I have no idea. So, yeah. But then the only other thing that I really have on my mind is, and it's on everybody's mind right now. I think this is something that we need to calm down about, and that's coronavirus. I don't know if we talked about it in the last episode of the show. I don't think we did. But coronavirus is huge. It's way bigger. People are making it bigger than it needs to be. Like, I feel like people are freaking out about this thing way too much. Right now, sure, there's a lot of confirmed cases. That is the case. A lot of confirmed cases. But people are thinking, like, if I get this thing, I die. It's not true. People need to stop it. Like, it's like a bad cold or a bad flu, for a lot of different people. I know there's the whole 3% that it kills, healthy people still. But it's like, if you have a weakened immune system, or if you're, older, and to the point where your body's just like, starting to deteriorate more and more, then you have a likely chance from passing away from it, unfortunately. But otherwise, other than that, you don't really have anything to worry about. So I would say stop worrying about it. Stop buying so many things. I mean, be safe. Yes, be safe. I would say, make sure you buy soap. Make sure you wash your hands every time you deal with food, or every time you deal with animals, or when you shake many people's hands, after you deal with garbage like I do. Like, don't freak out about it. And, just go with what the CDC says. Try not to touch your face. I know that's hard, but just try not to touch your face, and wash your hands periodically. Make sure you're okay. Stay away from big crowds, and you'll be fine in the end. I mean, and if you do get it, it's like I said, it's just a bad cold, right? A lot of people have said that it feels like a cold. It has a lot of cold symptoms. So really, in the end, I don't think you need to worry about it. There's not much to say or do about it. It's just a natural thing. Pandemics are just, unfortunately, this way. They happen to every different era of the world. I remember back in the day when H1N1, the swine flu, was a big thing, right? And I made that out of proportions and on my own mind, because I was in 6th grade. So I was like, 12 at the time. And so I didn't really understand it as well as like the adults did. And so whenever I heard about it, it's like, I thought it was like the biggest thing that the world ever seen. I thought it was bigger than the Black Plague. And nowadays, when I look at it, I'm like, swine flu barely killed anybody. So it's like, don't freak out about it, really. We don't want to cause mass panic or anything. I would say, like I said, wash your hands. Make sure you not touch your face, and don't travel outside of the U.S. If you are in the U.S., really don't travel to another country right now. Just, be careful. It'll blow over within a few months. We'll be able to deal with it. We'll find a cure, and we'll be able to give vaccinations out and stuff. So we'll be fine in the end. But anyway, I just want to talk about one thing that deals with the coronavirus, and that's actually a lot of places are shutting down because of it. So it's like, it's kind of weird, in a weird situation where I've got 2 things that have shut down on me now. 3-ish kind of things. So a lot of colleges are actually shutting down because of the thing. Like, they're actually shutting down their entire campus, which is pretty dang crazy to me. Like, it feels weird that you would shut down an entire campus full of students that are going to school. Plus, you have employees that are not going to work anymore at this point. But like, you got places like Harvard that have now completely shut down their campus. They're not allowing anybody to come back after spring break. They said you're supposed to be out by such and such date, and don't come back. Like, you're kicking you out of the dorms. The employees are not supposed to come back until after it's dealt with. So, I mean, some people might not be able to work for a while. And I was like, okay, we're thinking about it, because I work for a university. For those who don't know, I'm a custodian at a university. And there have been major talks about the campus closing because of this. And there's more and more campuses closing all over the place. You hear about that new closing every day. And so I think at this point, it's inevitable that like my campus will close. Now, fortunately, because of my job, I am a full-time employee. Unfortunately, they'll pay for it, every cent of it, no matter how much is closed, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it is. they'll pay for it. So I get paid time off because of it, which is nice. And we have a running joke around campus right now that, we wish that there would be an outbreak so the campus would close and we get some free time off, paid time off. That would be great. But at the same time, it also affects our part-time workers because they don't get paid for it and they're going to school. And so you'd have to figure out that situation where what are you going to do with their credits and how are they going to like be able to pay for their rent at that point, right? Even if they're outside campus, like if they kick everybody out of the whole housing, what are they going to do, right? Where are they going to go? They're going to go home. Like I think all this would force a lot of people to just go back to their homes, which is like it's nice, but it's also kind of sad at the same time because they may not live nearby, or they might be able to do online, but maybe not for every class. Like how are you supposed to do an online like gym class? Like that doesn't make any sense. Or how an online like clay class or something. I guess you could take pictures, but it's like it's kind of bizarre. So it's like I don't want the campus to close, and I do because I want it to close because for my own selfish reasons of wanting to be at home and not have to work. As lazy as that sounds, I love my job. I really do. It's a great job. But I don't want it to close for the sake of the students and the sake of my part-time workers and everybody else's part-time workers that aren't going to get paid for this situation. So it's kind of a big deal right now. I think it's inevitable that it's going to end up happening over the next, few weeks. It's now just blowing up. So, and it takes about 2 weeks for the symptoms to come to fruition. So you may not even know you have it until 2 to 3 weeks after you even came in contact with it, because it takes a while. Now, don't freak out. I don't want you to freak out on me or anything. You probably don't have coronavirus. I'll tell you that you probably don't, because there's very rare it's not super rare, but it's like Connecticut, where Harvard did, only had 2 cases when Harvard closes. So it's like that's why I say it's kind of inevitable that it possibly within the next few weeks, my campus may close, and you may see more and more campuses closed throughout the United States, probably more and more over the world. But I think the infrastructure for government is still going to exist. We're still going to be fine as far as that goes. You don't need to freak out about water or food or anything. Infrastructure is still there for that. It's not affecting the water. It's not affecting the food. We're just fine. So, but that's my rant about closing campuses and shiz. It'd be interesting. It would be interesting because I'd probably do a lot of live streaming if I had it off. I'd probably do a lot of live streaming, and probably a lot of recording that I could get caught up on, and probably a lot of relaxing, of course. But the only other thing that they've been closing, and this is kind of a little frustrating, but I understand why, is their like conventions and concerts are all closing. In fact, the ones that have like been confirmed by now, Coachella is now canceled. A lot of the PAXs have been canceled, I believe. I don't know if I heard any. I don't know. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're the PAXs. Don't listen to me on the PAXs. Minecraft Festival is a big one for me. I woke up the other day to an email from the guy from the Mojang guys, not personally, but a mass email from the Mojang people saying that Minecraft Festival is being postponed to 2021. And I was a little frustrated because I was going to go to Minecraft Festival this year. I was planning on it. In fact, the next day the tickets were going to go on sale, I had that whole day planned around buying the tickets. And so when they announced that it was being canceled because of the coronavirus, I was like, why are we canceling an event that's in like 7 months because of coronavirus? We may be able to deal with it in the time frame. And maybe they'll still do it. If coronavirus goes away within the next 2 weeks, maybe they'll still do it. Maybe they'll feel like they'll be happy enough to do it. But I understand why they're closing it, because of the concerns and because that it's hard to plan an event like that when people are all around the world, for your event planners and stuff. So it's a lot harder to do that, and I understand. So that's a big one that I can't understand, but I wish that it wouldn't, because I was going to go, right? Me and Shostin were going to go to Minecraft Festival, and we were going to have a good time. But unfortunately, now it's a case where we can't go. And I'm a little heckin' frustrated about it, but again, I understand why they did it. So I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. But the only other big thing that I know is, I guess it's not 100% confirmed. Who knows? By this point, it may be. is the rumors are going around that E3 is going to be canceled. There are big rumors being that a lot of people have been receiving notifications, like big upper people in like the industry have been receiving notifications from like developers or like cryptic things from developers saying that, like, don't, like, cancel all your E3 plans and stuff, cancel your flights. I know Devolver had tweeted out something about like cancel your E3 plans for flights for whatever planned hotel, because I'm probably, and I think a lot of people were pointing to the fact that it's going to be canceled this morning, which is Wednesday. I'm recording this on Wednesday, and you're watching this on Wednesday, so a lot of points to the fact that it could be canceled by the time you're even watching this show, which is kind of sad. At the same time, it's like, again, it's understandable because of the coronavirus. I mean, that's a big thing right now anyway, and who knows? Like I said, that's June is still a few months away, so it could still be a problem then, for all we know. It's much closer than September, but at the same time, E3, it might just be a dying thing. I was talking to my part timer about this, because as soon as I saw the news, I was like, oh crap, I gotta go to talk to Josh, and so I went and talked to him, and we talked about it for a while and stuff, and it's like, it's kind of like this could be the end of E3 in general, and like got me thinking, do you even need E3? Like, Sony has proved that they can do well without it. Since they were gone from this last one, and they were already confirmed that they weren't going to be at 2020. It's because they have this little state of the play event that they do and stuff, and it's really, really fun, right? There's a lot of different things they could do with that, and of course Nintendo has their directs they continue to do. They could just have a bigger one that's planned around June or something, right? They could just have a bigger one that doesn't need to have E3. The only reason we need E3 itself is so people can meet up and play demos of video games. Like, that's cool, but I mean, if you really plan around it, you could send a lot of the demos out to the consoles themselves and have them be able to buy them, or not buy them, but be able to download them onto your like dedicated console. Like, Nintendo could do a bunch of, if you wanted to play Super Mario Odyssey 2 demo, it's not confirmed, but if you want to play that, you can download this and it gives you like 20 minutes of gameplay or something, or Sony could do the same thing for a new Assassin's game or whatever. I feel like that could be the case. The only people that it really, really affects, I mean, and Microsoft is one of them, but I think Microsoft could do their own little event like Sony and like Nintendo does. They could do their own little live streamed event where they're like, okay, this is the X event or something, and then I don't know how they would do it, but they could do something similar to that where they wouldn't have to have E3 as this platform to announce things. E3 is definitely cool. Don't get me wrong. I love it. It's one of my favorite times of the entire year because I get to see video games and I get to hang out with my friends and talk about video games because it's awesome, right? And then I get able to play those video games later on in the year. Like, I mean, definitely for Nintendo. So it's great. But at the same time, it's like, do we need it, right? I think the only people that it really affects are like EA, Ubisoft, and like Bethesda. Maybe like Devolver and the PC Game Show. Like, those are the ones that really big effects. I don't know how you really couldn't do like an EA event or like a Bethesda event. I guess you could do like a Bethesda event, like a Ubisoft event or something like that. Or Ubisoft could team up with Sony and do it at State of Play instead of having to do it at E3. I feel like that would be kind of cool because a lot of Ubisoft games are already on like PS4 and PS5, I guess, now because of however that's going to get announced. So, I mean, yeah, that's just my two thoughts. I mean, I thought that I'm like, okay, does it need to be existent? Not really. You could do without it. The only thing you're missing out on is just being there with people and be able to play video games. Industry people are meeting other industry people. They're doing press demos and stuff. It's a good way to talk to the industry. With the demo and stuff, with the media, that's what I'm trying to say there. But it's a good way of doing that. But you could also do that through other forms of being able to do on social media and setting up interviews with Skype or something. I don't know. I feel like E3 could be a dying breed at this point because you could do events of your own. Like Sony does this State of Play, which is great, and Nintendo does Directs, which they're great. So they're all these other companies could do their own little thing, maybe plan around it being in June or something or whatever, whenever the heck they want to. Like I'm sure they will probably plan around each other because that they want to keep up with the competition, right? Where Sony could announce a PS4 or PS5 like 6 months before Xbox announces their next crap, or so on and so forth, and so they want to stay competing with each other. So, but yeah, but that's my two takes on things being canceled by coronavirus. As we get more and more into it, more and more things will be canceled. Unfortunately, it's just the case. I don't want to see it happen because it just limits people on vacations, especially when it comes to spring break being next week. That's kind of a limiting thing for a lot of people, which kind of sucks. But at the same time, you can always do a staycation and just relax at home or go out in the wild, go out somewhere where there's not people in the first place, and then you're probably fine, right? You can go hike or something, or go to the lake, or I don't know, go to the lake. To go to a lake that has nobody in it, because then you don't, I don't know. Go do something. Go swim in your own pool or something. Go have fun. Go play some golf. That's a lot of fun. So that's my two takes. Just be careful about not touching your face, which I just did, which is kind of funny. But wash your hands and be safe. Be happy. There's no point in worrying, no point in freaking out, no point in buying so many things. You should have food storage, but there's no point in like freaking out about it. We'll be fine. So anyway, I think that's actually going to be it. I know it's only a 36-minute episode. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that I was able to get it up to this much, to be honest. I thought I was going to end it like 10 minutes ago. I was at the point where I was like, I should end this. But then I'm like, I'll keep going. But anyway, next episode, I promise we'll have more people. I apologize for this dumb, stupid episode of the show, but I think I did a good job. So anyway, thank you guys for watching the JFS Show. If you guys would like to check out any other JFS members, please looking down below where you'll see some links to some other people's channels and their videos with Muck and me and the Laser Knights. You can go check out their fun stuff. They're making games right now. Nixer is doing a lot of live streams over on Twitch. If you want to go check out his Twitch channel, he would appreciate that very, very much. He did a great live stream of Red Rescue Dungeon DX. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, that's the name I want to say. He did a great, like a 5-hour live stream of that the other day, which was a lot of fun. I watched most of it. And then, of course, you got Joda, who also live streams, not sporadically, I'm trying to think of the word, consistently over on Twitch as well, if you want to go check him out. And then you got Shostin and Shostin, and you have Ace. They're all making episodes of the JFS and having some good times with that. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.